Hey guys, hi, welcome to my next video. This is Abhinav, and on this channel I talk about newcomer advice. I'm personally a newcomer. I came to Canada in 2019. I've been working here, I've been studying here, and all the things I share in my videos is based on my personal experience. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be getting a lot more tips and tricks in the future. In this video, let's talk about why shouldn't you move to Canada and it's not a good idea for you. So let's get started. So Canada has a lot more benefits for sure, but there are a lot of things that you have to do it yourself when you're moving to a new country. So there would be a few struggles as well. So it's not a fairy tale when you see online. You see an amazing Toronto skyline and you think that, okay, once I move to Canada, I'll be living in the core. And that's not how it happens. Things change when you move to Canada. You have to look at quite a few different things like how to live, how to eat, how to transport. So let's get into the details and I'll talk about each and every step one by one. In one of my last videos, I've also talked about why is this the right time to move to Canada. I'll link that video in the description box below and also in the cards. I'd recommend you watch both the videos. You'll get a fair understanding of how it really is. So when you're moving to Canada, you have to look at everything with a different lens. You're not a traveler that you're coming to a city and you'll stay here for a couple of days and go back to your country. Everything would be different. So if you have your friends and family in Canada, that will be great. You'll have some good time. But if you don't have anyone living in Canada, it'll be a little bit hard for you to adjust. So when you move to a new country, a lot of people I've heard is that they get homesick, which is fair. When you move to a brand new place and you don't have anyone to talk to and other things, it might get hard and you might be homesick. But the thing is that you have to be prepared about it when you're moving to a different country. And if you plan well, it won't be that hard. But if you keep in mind that you're living in a different country, but if you've already made your mind and you have planned to come to a different country, please don't lose hope, don't be homesick, and you'll be able to survive without any problems. Just need to make sure that you understand everything has to be done by yourself. You'll have some help for sure, but you have to make sure you align everything well. I can't stress it more. You have to do things yourself. I've personally changed the light switch. I've personally cleaned my backyard. I've personally assembled furniture, which is not uncommon in our home countries. So yeah, you change for sure. You adapt to your surroundings and you get things done. A lot of people are planning. A lot of people are planning to do it. A lot of people are currently doing it. So it's not something out of the blue that you have to do it yourself the first time. You'll have help everywhere for sure. You can ask your friends. You can make new friends. You can talk to people. A lot of people would help you for sure. One key thing is that if you are new in Canada and you don't know how to clean your stuff, how to clean your house clean or clean your backyard, you might get used to it before coming to Canada because labor is really expensive here. So if you want someone to come and clean your backyard, they might charge you $100, $100. If you want someone to come and clean your house, they might charge you $25 an hour to $30 an hour, and they take roughly a few hours to clean the house. So it's not that easy to get things done from someone else if you don't have hard cash available with you. But if you're rich and you have all the money in the world, then for sure you won't have any problems. Come here, give people a few calls and you'll get everything done. One of the things that I live by is that you have to keep on growing. So if you think that whatever you know is not enough, get some courses, get some certifications done, because later on in life that will help you get a job. Initially when you're moving to Canada and you're new, our first aim is to get a really good job. But if you're homesick and you don't have the right state of mind, it might be hard to get you a job. So mindset is the key. If you have a strong mind and you believe in yourself, stay there, stick to it, and you'll get things done. So when you move to Canada, there might be chances that you might not get the exact same job or a better job that you are used to back home. You might have to settle for a lower position. There are chances that you might have to settle for a minimum wage job. So be prepared for the worst. So depending on the market needs, you might or might not find a job in your own field. Cost of living in downtown Toronto. So the cost of living is a bit on the higher side when we're living in major cities like Toronto and Vancouver. I am personally living in the GTA, so I can vouch for it. A one-bedroom condo in downtown Toronto costs around $1,400 to $2,200, and it depends. It changes with every few months and it might be different when you come here, but right now it's around $1,400 to $2,200 depending on the size of condo you're looking at. And if you're getting minimum wage, that's around $14 an hour in Ontario. It'll be quite hard to afford a condo lifestyle. So the next thing I'll say is that you have to be prepared to be independent. Anything happens, you have to make sure you're self-sufficient and you can get all the things done. So even if you get sick, you have to call your doctor and get things done and start rolling, because no one has time generally. You can call your friends and family for sure if you have them here, but just in case no one is available, you have to make sure you're self-sufficient. Weather is the next important thing that everyone knows about Canada, but people underestimate the weather conditions. So people normally are used to -5 or -2 degrees back home where I'm from. But when you move to Canada, it's a totally different ballgame. Normally in Toronto, it goes around -20, -25 in winters, but there's some parts of the country where the weather goes to -50 as well. So if you're afraid of the cold, please don't move here and try a different country. But if you're okay with -50, -20, -15, then sure, move to Canada. Nothing is unbearable, it's totally manageable. But the good thing is that whenever you go out in malls and everything, everywhere it's insulated, so you won't have any problems when you're inside. So one more problem that newcomers face is traveling. So when you move to Canada, you won't have your own car or anything else, right? So you might have to rely on public transport. Public transport in major cities like Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal is pretty good. What you can do is that get your transportation pass, travel within the city without any problems. For sure, it takes more time when you're traveling by public transport, but it gets the work done. You save a lot of money, but you spend time. So depending on the situation, you might buy a car. So I've been living in the GTA for more than 2 years now, and I've been using public transport from day one. Literally from day one. As soon as I landed in Canada, I went to my Airbnb and had to get a few things done. So I was well prepared about the transport system in Toronto, and I got my things done with public transport. So it's surely doable. It's nothing out of the blue. Everyone uses it. If you go out and you see, a lot of people use public transport each and every day. So the next thing that I want to list is networking. So if you're not a fan of networking, you might not have a good time living in Canada. But a lot of times people get jobs with their contacts. So the easiest thing to network is that you can attend networking events. So during normal days, a lot of companies conduct networking events. You can go there, and normally it's free. You can go there, attend, talk to people, explore, understand what they're doing, and you can share your resumes if possible, and you can just network. But these days during the pandemic, a lot of events have moved online. It's pretty easy now. What you can do is that simply hop onto a Zoom room and talk to people. So if that is hard for you, what you can start with that, join Clubhouse. If you want any invites, I have a few that I can share. Join Clubhouse, have fun, talk to people, network, and maybe they might help when you're moving to Canada or when you move to Canada. Canada is super multicultural, so there are a lot of people from different parts of the world. So if you're moving to Canada and you're afraid to talk to random people, it's not a good place for you to move. But if you're open to talking to people, exploring new places, exploring new cities, and talking to more people, it'll be really fun for you. Go out, talk to people, go into engagement groups, go into meetup groups, and talk to people. That'll be more fun instead of sitting at home and doing nothing. Last thing that I have on the list is rules. So in Canada, everyone lives by the rules. So if you're not in a habit of following traffic rules, let's say, or any other specific rules, Canada won't be a good place for you to live in. There's also one more rule, that is jaywalking. So normally people don't cross the streets from anywhere they want because the police might find you. So there's specific crosswalks that people use to cross the streets. So there are quite a few different ways that people operate in Canada that you might or might not be used to. So I'd recommend, please understand what are you getting into before making a big step. So please think a few times before you plan to move to Canada, because it's a huge step. But if in case you continue to stick to your plan and you're moving to Canada, please be mindful of the things that I've shared in this video, and don't forget, it'll be an amazing journey if you survive for the first few years. So for sure, when you're starting something new, for the first few years it'll be hard, but once you get used to it and you understand what's going on and how to cope up with it, it gets really easy. So please remember, for a few years it'll be hard, but once you get used to it, it'll be amazing. So that's it for this one, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. I'll be happy to share all I can. Also share this video with your friends and family. I'll be getting a lot more tips and tricks in the future. Please hit the notification bell icon below. Helps a lot. See you in the next one.